What's going on, guys? I be trying not to really be falling into certain stuff, whatever the case may be, but I just felt like it was something I needed to speak on. One as a black man, and another one as a 2A defender. You know, I think that Chudd is definitely a racist. For whatever reason, he thinks they're trying to use us to make himself feel better. You know, we do live in a country where you're free to say whatever you want to say, but that does not mean you're free from consequences. This could have been way worse than what it is. The other thing is, I think that Chudd just made the Second Amendment advocates look bad. You out here because you have a gun, you think that you could go out here and start trouble with people and fall back on your firearm. Just in general, I just think that if somebody put their hands on you, you have the right to defend yourself, guaranteed. But if somebody put their hands on you, I don't think that I think that you're a coward if the first thing you think about doing is picking up a gun. You know what I'm saying? Is you should fight, defend yourself. I just think that you must really think little of your physical abilities if your first thing to do is somebody slapped you or put their hands on you is to go pick up a gun. You know what I'm saying? Fight that person. You can live. We can fight every day if that's the situation. But to sit here and just be a coward and the first thing you want to do is pick up a weapon is wild to me. And I just think that it takes a lot. It takes a lot for a person to actually confront someone. You really, like, verbally, you know what I'm saying? You having a disagreement, to have a conversation. Anybody who I used to work with juveniles and stuff like that. This is something I used to always tell them, like, first thing y'all do is want to go pick up a gun. And all reality is that a lot of y'all have problems that could have been resolved with conversation. And you too scared to go have a real conversation with somebody face to face because you're afraid that this person gonna beat you up, or you gonna get put on a big screen, or you gonna get violated in some shape, form, or fashion. And it takes a lot of cojones to have a real conversation with somebody, to go confront your enemy and speak to them face to face. And this is what, as men, we should be promoting more. There's nothing wrong with you losing a fight. There's something wrong with you not willing to fight in the first place. And your first thing should not always be to go get a weapon. If that's the situation, you should not be engaging in any type of hostile behaviors. If you're too afraid to have a physical altercation with somebody, you need to go get in the gym, go train, go take some Tai Bo or Taekwondo or karate, whatever the case, boxing, spin. I don't know what it is, whatever it is that make you feel more secure in yourself. But a gun is a last resort. It's the defensive mechanism. It's not something you think that just because you got one, it gave you power. That's not the situation. It should not make you feel tougher than what you are. You should already come as a man feeling like you could defend yourself without a weapon. I feel like this before I ever had my concealed carry. I could go where I wanted to go because I felt like if I was in a situation, I can handle myself.
Kids today are nothing but punks, sissified, so quick to pick up a gun. You're scared to take an ass whipping. This what makes you a man. When I was growing up, this was all the protection we needed. You win some, you lose some, but you live to fight another day.
And I think it says a lot about a person who the first thing you do when you get into a physical or get into an altercation or a disagreement is the first thing you want to do is go get a weapon. You don't believe in yourself. You soft. Like, can we call a spade a spade? Going to get a firearm, to go get a weapon, a knife, or this and the third, for a physical. Back in the days, if you and your man had a disagreement, you go to the second floor, you fight. Whoever came out first won. We have to get out of the mindset of thinking that somebody losing a fight is a punk or this and the third. No, those people who actually went and confronted the issue and Yeah, we should not have resolved it with physical. We should be able to resolve it verbally. But if it escalated to a physical altercation, y'all just fought. It's okay if that person lost. It's okay if it's footage for it forever. There's many of trained professionals who lose fights, but they come back and fight again. They had the courage to even face the potential of them losing. And a lot of y'all people are cowards. Y'all won't even do that. The first thing you want to do is go shoot a gun. But let me tell you a secret. When you go to jail, only thing you're going to have is these. You know what I'm saying? You might have but you even with a knife, you still need to know how to use these. So, what are we doing? And like I said before, like, my people, don't be letting these people get you out of character over some words, bro. I think they enjoy it. I was just watching Colin's video. He said that he had experience with some dude called him the N-word, and he watched this dude gleefully as people got upset at the N-word. He enjoyed that shit. Misery loves company, bro. Pull a Uno reverse. You want to try to get me upset? You know you want to get me mad? I'm gonna get you even more madder. I'm gonna make you want to put hands on me, and I'm gonna beat you up. You know? I mean, listen, all reality, I think in general that we should be more engaged with having a conversation and finding real resolutions to problems. This is the overall thing. But I think that your man is a coward. You know what I'm saying? He run around here antagonizing people and trying to play victim. That's not self-defense. And we need to understand that. Especially when you're dealing with getting your firearms, you know what I'm saying? And I think, to me, he made us look bad. Like I said before, we should not be in a situation where you think because you got a firearm that you all of a sudden you got some power. It reminds me of that Nas song. Dudes just really just let a gun gas you up. If you needed a gun to make you feel tough, bro, you just go pack it up. Go sell your gun back. Give up your license. And go take a Taibo class. Just that simple. I'm not advocating no violence. This is not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that it should be if you put your hands on me, I'll put my hands on you. If you act like you're gonna pull out a weapon, I feel like my life is in danger, I'm gonna pull out a weapon. Like, it should be equivalent. That's not a reasonable escalation of the problem. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, yo, you push me, I'm pull out my gun. Like, you slap me, you punch me. Like, and the first thing I do, I'll go grab a gun. Hey, come on, man. Yeah, man up. How about that? Let's do that. Man up. You got a problem with somebody, go speak to them. Go to address it. If it's that crazy, y'all two go meet up somewhere, go fight. No weapons, no none of that. Just go put your hands up, go fight. And afterwards, give each other a dat. You know what I'm saying? And walk your separate ways. If you're not satisfied with that end of that fight every day. But y'all stop acting like human life is not important. It's not something to just be thrown away in the wind, bro. I'm gonna leave y'all with this.
Set initial bond at $1.25 million.